Hi PBL folks, it's Mrs. Dunlap. I'm going to do a really quick video here for you on your paper for writing your introduction and conclusion. I also want to go over some expectations for the paper that I changed as well. Okay, so this is the template of the paper. Whether you kept this and use this because the outline's on here, great. If you decided to do your own, that's fine too. If I were you, if you did a separate document and you could copy it onto this template to turn it in this way, that's great. I know a few of you did it on a different document and attached it in Classroom. That's fine. It just has to follow APA and make sure you're learning that and sticking to that format because I know you're going to write in APA in college. Okay. So I want to go over a couple things when you're going over and fine tuning your paper because the rough draft is due Tuesday, the 21st. We're going to be peer editing, teacher editing, and polishing that paper. Okay. So, couple changes, 3 full pages, and that starts here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, then your reference page, minimum. Okay. It used to be, I think it was 5 pages. I can't remember, but at least 3 full pages. You can do this. Reference page, which is at the end with your sources, title page, which is right here, and abstract I'm going to talk about in a minute. Okay. So on your title page, it needs to say running head and then your topic, your title right here, whatever it is, perfectionism in teens, sleep deprivation in teens. It needs to be the first 40 characters of your complete title. So I would go down here and write your title of what your paper is going to be, put your name goes here, leave Dover High School, then count the first 40 characters and put it up here in all caps, okay? Then, sorry if you hear my kids in the background. Then you already have a paginated page, leave this alone, but make sure it's flush right, okay? Pause there if you need to fix your title page and do that. Leave the word running head. Down here, we take away the word running head and it's just your title with the page number. Now I'm going to tell you this right now, don't get frustrated, but APA made some updates and they're a little different than what you're writing in this paper, but no big deal, okay? I'm not going to start all over and teach you those updates right now. You can learn them your freshman year in college. They're not big changes, okay? Let's just do it. The last edition, the last version of APA for now, just so you get some practice. Sorry about that. I should have known better, but no big deal. So the abstract is extra credit, okay? Extra credit. If you don't want to do it, you need to delete all of this and have your paper with the title start right here. So you need to go down here, pull this up to this page to start on. Your paper is going to start on page 2. If you want to do the abstract is a 6 to 8 sentence summary of what your paper is going to be about. Okay. I'm going to pause here a second. If you Google how to write an abstract, it will tell you how to do that. Okay. Or you can go to the OWL at Purdue for everything. Okay. That's my go-to website. Okay, I would maybe go to, I don't think this is right, but go to the writing lab. I'm going to pause. Hold on. Okay, if you type in or you Google APA out Purdue, it'll take you here. Okay. If you look at the sample paper, it will tell you how to write an abstract. Okay. Right here, again, you're going to notice some changes in the format because this is APA 7. We're in APA 6. Don't worry about it, okay? I'm not going to take off major points because of your APA format. I just want to see that you're trying. So an abstract is left aligned, not indented. Look here, that's more than 6 to 8 sentences probably, but for me 6 to 8 is fine. It's a summary about your paper. It's basically a description about what you're writing about, and it talks about your research, the sources you're using, so you would mention them in there. And then you would do 3 to 5 keywords that are keywords that you use over and over in your paper. That is indented. The word keywords is italicized, and then you just list your keywords. That is optional, okay? So the abstract is optional. It's bonus. It's actually extra credit. Again, if you don't do it, delete it. So this template's still in outline format, but today we're going to be talking about writing your intro and conclusion, okay? Again, this is an informative, explanatory paper. It does not have to be persuasive. You are making claims and you're talking about your topic, but it does not have to be argumentative, okay? So introduction, 5 to 6 sentences. Conclusion, 5 to 6 sentences. Okay, so let's talk about your introduction paragraph first. So you want to get my attention. You want to start with a fact, some kind of hook, a quote. You could even start with an anecdote, which is a short story. Maybe like an example that you've read online about perfectionism or sleep deprivation or motivation in teens today, okay? Whatever you want to do, you want to grab the reader's attention, okay? Sleep deprivation is an ongoing concern in teens today, and research has reported that it's stemmed from the early 2000s when the smartphone was introduced. Teenagers are spending more time on smartphones and less time on their mental health and sleeping. I don't know. I'm just pulling this out of my brain. Okay. But it needs to be an interesting fact, hook, quote, story, background story to get your reader's attention. Okay. Biggest thing, do not use I or you or any other personal pronouns. This is formal college writing. One may think the reader, society, teens, children, adults, people, okay? Not I think, not you, we, no, we, our, us, they, okay? And then you're going to go into your general information about your topic, okay? So, sleep deprivation has been a problem in teens for the last 20 years. It's blah, 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 da, da, da. Summarize in a couple sentences in your own words. You do not want to be citing sources in your intro. Your intro is your own words. That's why we saved it for last, because I wanted you to go through and write your body paragraph. So, like, all that information, you're becoming an expert in that, in your topic, and your intro should just be an easy kind of summary of all the main ideas and getting your reader hooked into what they're about to see, okay? So this is just some general info about your topic, couple sentences there, and then your thesis is already done. See how easy that was, okay? Remember from the last video I talked about, you should have a good 3, 4, even more body paragraphs, one paragraph or two supporting each point in your thesis statement, okay? I did mention if you're worried about length and you want to do your first body paragraph as just a background in your topic, okay? Researchers have been studying perfectionism in teens for the last 50 years. Perfectionism is blah, 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 like basic descriptive informational background on your topic if you want to go right into that first before you talk about your first claim, okay? And then in the last video, I talked about using the SCC method for each claim in your thesis. So, introducing your idea, that's the setup with your topic sentence, okay, right here. Then talking about that topic sentence, citing information to back that up, and then explaining what that means, okay? That should get you a big chunky paragraph But if you feel like it's not large enough, use another piece of evidence that backs up that claim and make your paragraph longer. If you have a, 6 to 8, maybe even 10 sentence paragraph, that's fine, okay? And then obviously you'll have that transitioning into that next paragraph, okay? So you're going to just do that and repeat that over and over for all of your claims in your thesis. Okay, I'll come back to that in a minute. All right, so then we're going to go down to your conclusion here. Okay, your conclusion again can be 5 to 6 sentences. It's probably your smallest paragraph in the entire paper. You're restating the main points. You're restating your thesis, but not word for word, not verbatim, okay? Change it up, say it in a different way. You can restate those 3 claims, those 3 topic sentence ideas in your conclusion. But the biggest thing in a conclusion, you do not want to say in conclusion, in summation, finally, overall. That's boring, okay? The biggest thing is that your reader's looking for is make a final statement that leaves the reader going, wow, or leaves the reader wanting to know more or thinking about this topic in a memorable final way. Don't leave me saying, oh, that was boring. So what? Okay. You can even make a claim, you can make another claim like if teens were to get more sleep and focused on getting at least the minimum of 8 hours of sleep, so many positive benefits would come from this, such as better grades, better self care, and a healthy, happier teen. Boom. See how, like, I just ended that there with like a memorable final statement? That's what you need to do. Okay. So I'm going to pause here a second. Okay, and lastly here, I want to talk to you about transitions, okay? Because what you see in the outline, where you need a transition to help each paragraph flow together, you can either do the transition at the end of the paragraph or at the start of the first, okay? So just to remind you, transitions are phrases or words used to connect one idea to the next. They're used by the writer to help the reader progress from one idea to the next and also show the relationship within a paragraph or sentence between the main idea and the support the writer gives for those ideas. Okay, so just some words here. Feel free to pause. If you need to write some of these down or see how you can use them in your outline and rough draft. Okay, a transition can begin a sentence or join 2 sentences with a semicolon, are usually followed by a comma, are phrases or words used to connect one idea to the next, and different transitions can do different things. Okay, so you can use introductions. This is where you would use a transition at the start of a paragraph. You can see those there. Pause if you need to. So in the SCC method, the setup, the citation, and the commentary, in the commentary section, after you cite your evidence, you can say things like, to sum up, or in short, the author is saying, or in summary, the author is saying, because you're putting it in your own words, okay? Transitions for addition, okay? Those were transitions for intro and summary. Transitions for addition. Furthermore, additionally, moreover, not to mention, in addition to, even more. Okay, so this would be after you cite your evidence. You can use these as well to comment on your quote and explain, or if you have another idea to add to that. Some types of transitions with time and order. You don't really probably need those, but you can pause there if you want to take a look at those. Comparison. If you're comparing something in your paragraphs. Contrast. So this is a little basic, but I'm just going to show you how you can use transitions in the beginning of a paragraph and at the end as well. So you can see we've got a transition here. First and foremost, poker is a strategic sport based on reading other people. There's your topic sentence, okay? Like chess, it is a non-contact, intellectually centered sport, and then it goes on to talk about the subject here. Okay, so here's a comparison transition, all right? And then if you look down here, you've got a kind of a transition summing everything up by using thus, okay? Thus, sleep deprivation in teens is da 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 da. Thus, when teens struggle with perfectionism, this happens, blah, blah, blah. And so this last sentence is going to be your transition, your connector sentence into the next idea. Or you can say, just like teens struggle with the idea of perfection, this goes along with perfection as well, or whatever your next idea is. You can link it there, okay? You can see some other good examples here using furthermore, connecting two paragraphs together with your next topic sentence. Words like however when you're doing comparison, obviously, and then you've got this transition sentence here as well. Here's another example. You can use the word also. Also, when researchers or when people see the effects of sleep deprivation in teens, this is a side effect, or this is an effect. Furthermore, okay, you can even add another idea. In fact, and then look at this like justifier transition. This is that SCC method, commenting and really closing in on what you're saying. Without a doubt, perfectionism in teens, blah, 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 okay, or whatever you're saying there, okay? Obviously, you're going to have your textual evidence in here after your setup of your idea, your citation of your textual evidence, and then your commentary. This looks like a lot of just setup and commentary. Here's a good example paragraph. To begin with, teens do not waste too much time watching television because teens socialize. Okay, obviously we're not going to use I in here or make it about us. Again, this is a little elementary, but to begin with, sleep deprivation in teens proves that blah, 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 blah. According to Dr. Joe Schmo in his article, he states that, and then you would comment on that. If teens would just blank, blank, blankety blank, or if teens would get more sleep, or if teens would look into this, or whatever your topic is, and then here's your transition sentence, okay? Even if you're doing your commentary down here, you're explaining your quote, and it sounds like it concludes your idea, conclude it and move on, and your transition can happen at the beginning of the next paragraph. Okay, so I hope that helps with transitions. One last thing I want to go over here, just a reminder, okay? The outline is pretty self-explanatory for what you need to talk about. Again, the outline was optional. If you did it, please email me and let me know so I can give you an extra grade. If you are like using it but not, you know what I mean? If you're turning everything into body paragraphs and narrative format, that's fine, okay? Just backing up. This is really like a math equation, folks. If you set up each paragraph with your topic sentence, okay, your idea, and then explain it a little bit, state your evidence, comment on your evidence, and transition each time, you're going to be great, okay? Biggest thing when we're doing citations here that I want to talk about an APA, all right? Follow this setup. I can't stress this enough. This is the way you want to set up quotes. It's formal, it's appropriate, it's collegiate, it's professional, okay? So according to John Smith in his article, sleep deprivation in teens, he states, and then go into your quote, okay? Just for practice, you can put the author's last name. Why do I not have year in there? I think I changed that on your template, but in APA, it's the author's last name followed by the year with a comma, okay? Now, to be super specific with APA, if you set it up this way, you actually don't even need this citation, but I'm trying to get you to practice on doing what's right, okay? If you go right into the quote, um, or if you just say, according to the article, sleep deprivation in teens, and then you go into the quote, you definitely need the author's last name and year it was published. So difference in MLA. MLA is the author's last name, no comma, and then the page number. In APA, author's last name, comma, the year the article was published. So basically what I should be able to do is I should be able to see Bernstein, comma, 2002. Bent, comma, 1959. Shiva, comma, 2006. Okay, you get what I'm saying? And I should be able to see whatever you cite here in your paper, in your in-text citations. Okay, make it easy for me, folks. If you have multiple authors, okay, I wonder if I gave you an example there. I don't think I did. If it's like Bergman, comma PG and Smith, comma KJ, okay, it would be Bergman ampersand, which is the key on your board that looks like this, okay, not 7, like that, and Smith, comma, the year in your citation. Again, go to the OWL at Purdue if you're still struggling and look up APA citations, okay, in-text citations. Let's make sure this is APA here. Yes, it is in-text citations. It will show you, look, here's 2 authors, Wegener, ampersand, Petty, comma, year, okay? Now, if you have more than 3 authors, okay, I hope you can see this here. I hope it's not too small. You do what's called, you use et al, okay, which is Latin for and following, okay? So it would be the author's first name, et al, period, comma, and then the year the article was published, okay? You can find all of this on the OWL at Purdue. You just have to look. So if you have a question, go here first. If you still can't find an answer, text me or email me, okay? So again, let's see how you do, okay? And then when you turn your rough draft in, I'll be giving you a lot of feedback, and so will your peers. Again, we're working in APA. Do your best, and I'm excited to see these, okay? Again, reach out to me if you have any questions, and I'm glad to help you guys. Have a great weekend, folks.